Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, the federal government shutdown continues with more failed votes to end it in the Senate. Plus, a puppy left outside a closed animal shelter, the law on animal abandonment, and the update on how the pup is doing now.
Dedicated to Southern and Eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hunsley. Day 9 of the government shutdown is quickly becoming day 10. It seemingly appears there is not any urgency to end the shutdown anytime soon. WYMT Washington Bureau reporter Molly Martinez has the latest.
Day 9 of the government shutdown marked by back-to-back failed votes in the Senate. This is the 7th time these nearly identical solutions have flopped. Elsewhere in Washington, the blame game continues.
The radical left lunatics that shut down our government. You have Democrats that they've lost their way. They have no leadership. We don't even know who to deal with over there.
House Republicans canceled votes last week. House Republicans canceled votes this week. House Republicans appear ready to cancel votes next week. These people are not serious about reopening the government.
While the infighting casts a dark cloud over the Capitol, there are glimmers of hope for a resolution. Republican Senator Susan Collins of Maine is committing to introducing a bill to address the expiring tax credits as soon as the lights come back on.
I think that might be the breakthrough that we need.
Without a solution, military members are bracing for their first missed paycheck, which is due next Wednesday. According to a 2020 poll by the Online Lenders Alliance, 54% of active duty military households live paycheck to paycheck. In Washington, I'm Molly Martinez.
Last night at 11, we first told you about an 83-year-old man who was killed in a multi-vehicle crash in Pulaski County. Walter McGuire was pronounced dead at the scene of that crash. It happened at approximately 4 p.m. yesterday at the intersection of Kentucky 80 and Kentucky 1003 in the Shopville area. Today, Senator Mitch McConnell released a statement about McGuire, who was a retired judge. Here's part of it. Quote, "Walt and I attended law school together at the University of Kentucky, and his impressive judicial career spanning 29 years is a testament to his public service. Walt's friendship meant a lot to me, and I always enjoyed seeing him when I was in Somerset. Elaine and I are thinking of his family and friends during this difficult time." A Northern Kentucky sheriff has resigned from his position after he was arrested for driving under the influence for a third time. Terry Gray was arrested Tuesday after he was cited for driving 110 miles per hour. Gray stepped down following calls to do so from Governor Andy Beshear and others. He had been the Robertson County Sheriff since 2021, which is the smallest county in Kentucky by landmass and population. Former Louisville Police Detective Brett Hankison is set to report to prison today to start his nearly 3-year sentence. A federal jury found Hankison guilty of violating Breonna Taylor's civil rights when he blindly fired shots into her apartment in March 2020 during a botched police raid. Hankison is set to serve 2 years and 9 months. There's no parole in the federal system. In Kanawha County, West Virginia, a teenager was found guilty of murder after an incident where a 19-year-old was shot and killed in a tobacco shop. The judge sentenced Barack Williams to life in prison with the possibility of parole in 15 years. Williams was convicted of murdering Caden Martin, who was shot and killed last year in Charleston. Martin's family members spoke directly to Williams today in court.
I cry every day. I talk to a grave. I clutch a necklace with Caden's ashes in it. I hold a photo to my chest. I hug a bear made from Caden's shirt. This is all I have left of my grandson.
Williams was tried as an adult in the case. He will be resentenced in 2027 when he turns 18. A Virginia man was sentenced in the killing of a 2-month-old baby while on his Xbox. LaShawn Quinte Holloway of Virginia Beach was sentenced to 50 years in prison on murder and child abuse charges. According to attorneys, Holloway was taking care of the baby in 2019 when his family heard him, quote, yelling obscenities at the baby over an Xbox headset. The baby died days later after it was taken to the hospital. A summit in Huntington, West Virginia is helping spark a community-wide conversation. Branch's domestic violence shelter is bringing together local leaders to discuss building a trauma-responsive community. The summit got underway at 8:30 at the Marshall Health Network Arena. Officials say this is the beginning of a year-long initiative that looks to foster an environment where survivors of domestic violence can thrive.
Domestic violence issues are not just an individual issue, it's actually a public health concern. So coming together as a community and building a trauma response as a community to collaborate together to help face that is the only way to move forward.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Branches will be hosting events to support survivors all month long. In today's Team Kentucky News Conference, Governor Andy Beshear gave an update on his Pre-K for All initiative he launched back in June. The initiative aims to advance the Commonwealth's public education system and job growth. It allows more access to preschool for children. Since June, Governor Beshear says the advisory committee has hosted town halls about child care across the state. He says the need for this comes as children are not prepared for the next level of school.
Leaders across Kentucky are stepping forward to say we need to expand preschool and we need to do it now. And that call for action is shared by so many. Because right now, more than half of Kentucky's children arrive in kindergarten not ready.
As of today, more than 63 county judge executives have sent letters to the Kentucky General Assembly in favor of expanding preschool. The Perry County Board of Education will be accepting sealed bids for 6 of its school buses. They say the buses will be sold as they are and that the owner will be responsible for the removal of the buses from school property. They say sealed bids are due tomorrow at 10 a.m. The Kentucky Blood Center is preparing to make a few stops in our area later this month. On Monday, October 20th, the KBC Bloodmobile will be at the Dismas Charities in Manchester from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. And on Friday, October 24th, the Bloodmobile will be parked at the Letcher County Recreational Center from 1 p.m. until 6 p.m. Those who donate will receive a Stay Wild t-shirt while supplies last.
Hey everybody, hope you're enjoying a beautiful afternoon yet again across southeastern Kentucky, the mountains. You know what? We show off every day of the year, but especially this time of the year when those fall colors start to do their thing. A little trip down the Mountain Parkway, we're good. Hello, Somerset, Pulaski County. Sun is out here. Sun is out into the Big Sandy Valley. Pikeville, good old Pike County, showing out and showing off. Forecast into tonight. You know what? We're going to make a run at 40 degrees. Now, just like this morning, some patchy fog going to be an issue. Right around 40, some of those colder valleys can creep into the upper 30s for the first time this young fall season. Radar picture dry across southeastern Kentucky. High pressure near Detroit, Cleveland, slowly rolling its way to the east. That northeasterly wind just keeps on doing its thing, and that is going to hang with us for the next few days. Big storm, though, tracking along the eastern seaboard. Shouldn't impact our weather. We're going to take a look at what will as we come back with a 7-day forecast here in about 10 minutes.
Chris, thank you. The Clark County Animal Shelter is putting out a call to the public to be responsible and make better choices after a woman abandoned a puppy at the shelter and drove off. Thanks to a Good Samaritan, the puppy was found and kept safe until help arrived. Mariah Congito shows us the exact moments it all unfolded.
The Clark County Animal Shelter is closed on Monday. So when this woman came by to surrender her dog, she wasn't able to meet with anybody. So instead, she slipped him through the crack of the gate and left him there.
There was no attempt to open the gate.
In just a matter of seconds.
There was no attempt to look for a phone number on a sign where they could have reached out to us.
A 12-week-old puppy's life put at risk.
It's very frustrating.
On Monday afternoon, director of the Clark County Animal Shelter, Adriana Wills, got a call from a county employee that a puppy was found wandering the street, dragging its leash outside the shelter.
It was very much a drop and run kind of scenario.
Here it is on camera. You see a silver car pull up, a woman gets out, walks the puppy up to the gate, slips him through the locked gate, and attempts to tie him up. She goes back to the car. A few seconds later, she comes back, gives him water, and leaves.
In their mind, maybe they're thinking, well, I'm going to put this puppy in the gate and it's safe. But we saw a prime example here the puppy was not safe.
A minute or so later, the curious puppy slips back through the gate onto the main road.
Animals live in the here and now, and so that puppy knows I was with my people and things were good, and then all of a sudden they weren't.
Will says abandonment without handing the dog over to someone else is against Kentucky state law. Will says posting it on social media spurs awareness that these things happen and it's wrong.
It's not always about somebody paying a fine or somebody going to jail. It's about people making better decisions.
He doesn't have a name yet, but the puppy is now in good hands until he finds his forever home.
He's a pretty happy, healthy puppy. He's very wiggly and loving and likes to play.
Right now, the puppy is considered a stray, but come next week, once he's checked out by a veterinarian, he will be put up for adoption. And you can check out the Clark County Animal Shelter website to see when he is officially up there. And you can find that link in this story on the WKYT News app. In Clark County, Mariah Conjito, WKYT.
Will says they chose not to file a police report, but she hopes someone will do the right thing and come forward. It could take 2 months to fully reopen one Jefferson County road after a massive sinkhole opened. That sinkhole was caused by a collapsed pipe during rainfall on Tuesday. The Public Works Director for Jeffersontown says utility crews have been cutting water lines and putting water gates around the area on Plantside Drive. LG&E has been welding the gas lines to make sure no one has service interrupted. He says getting the road reopened is a top priority.
The industrial park is a golden goose of J-Town. We have a very large park, one of the largest in the nation, and they're interstate commodity in and out. They have to be operational at all times. During snow events, no matter what it is, we got to make sure this park is flowing smoothly.
He says the city has met with 8 contractors who could be in charge of repairing the road. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, college student athletes could soon be allowed to vote on pro sports.